Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to do a quick video, little update of the fig patch. I don't know what to call it. Fig patch, orchard. I've got pomegranates planted up here as well. Got chestnut trees planted back there along the side of the berm. And I've got plum trees planted out here. I could call it the orchard. I'm liking calling it the fig patch or the garden. Don't really say I'm going to the garden or I'm going up to the orchard. When I walk up here, I have to walk around there, come right up there to the apartment. And there's the house I'm working on. In the meantime, staying in that apartment, which will be the mother-in-law suite or the guest house when the house is all finished. I just had to come show off some of these figs. Some of the plants are just doing phenomenal. I see this right here, and this inspires me to a Delacia negra. How this branch came from almost the base, from the lower part of this cutting. This was just a cutting. This branch came up. This one comes up. One of these will oh, there's another branch. This here is a separate branch. So if I get froggy, I'll air layer one of these branches off of here and start a whole new plant. And I think see, I only have a driveway, but there's nothing planted on this side of the berm before it goes downhill to where parking lot is down here. And I'm working on that. So right where I'm standing, if I leave a driveway right where Willie Davis is, it goes down through here. Follow the water hose now going down that way. Put more mulch where the dirt is there. And right where these weeds are growing, or that poke salad, the sunflower, buckwheat, and this grass. Right along here, I have to plant another row or two of figs. And my point is to take the air layers or just take cuttings off of different branches off of these good varieties. Or this winter I'll probably buy a whole bunch of new cuttings, new varieties, and root them and stick those over there. And maybe on the back side of this berm I've got a nice area over here. I might turn into or on the other side of the tractor trailer there, once I move it back where you see those propane tanks, back to that green tent that's back there, the dome tent, in that area, I may turn into an orchard. Or just a continuation of the yard, just fill it up with figs. But the point is how they're growing like this from multiple bases. That inspires me to do that. To either air layer it or just take that whole thing off as a cutting. See, look at this. What is this one? This is a CDDG, and this is a little sassafras tree growing right here beside it, which I'll probably just pull on out of there, because I've got them growing everywhere. Oh, that root, that smells so good. Sassafras. One of the only other plants that grows leaves with different shapes. Guess you got the one with the 3 on it. You get the ones with mittens. There's not any other varieties on this little baby sassafras, but figs also get different shaped leaves on them, and that's neat. The fact that the sassafras is one. Let's see, there's another sassafras. Yeah, so you get the sassafras leaves with no variation to it, just a single petal leaf. Then there's one that's the mitten shape. Then there's some that are the three. And there it is, all on one branch. Then also on a fig, you get variation like that. You get some that have you get some that have three, and even more on a fig, more wild. But there's not many plants that their leaves, like this persimmon. It's just, they're all going to be the same. Or an oak tree, every leaf on the tree will be the same. Anyways, the CDDG is growing multiple stems coming up. 1, 2, I see another one around there, 3, and then the main trunk, which it makes it want to be a bush form, which will be fine. Or I'll air layer off. Say this one here grows too radically out that way towards, what is this, a little Violet de Bordeaux, or even it wants to grow radically. I'll take this cutting, you know, so that way I still have a walkway between the two. So it's barely 5 feet between the two of these. That's my plan, was to take these branches that don't conform to a harvestable orchard, and that kind of make it into a jungle. Take those branches, move those either into this location, this further out location, which I'll open up later and show you on the other side of the berm, or on the other side of the tractor trailer. Come on, Willie. Come on. So over here, these I have spaced out a whole lot better. I probably have 7 to 8 feet between these two plants. I'll be less concerned about having to prune these the first few years. But look, there it is. That's what I mean. On this LSU purple, shoots coming straight out. That inspires me. That inspires me to air layer those off of there. Just set a pot here, full of soil, right on the ground. Run that branch up through it. Put an empty pot here with a hole in the bottom. Run the branch up through it. Store the branch a few times. Fill that pot full of dirt, and just leave that pot sitting right here beside this tree. Then cut it off down at the base once it's fully rooted. Air layer. There's a million videos on YouTube about air layering, but that's the idea. When I see these, that's what this video is about. Potential air layers. What is this? A Xinjiang. Can't wait to see what it's like. I can Google what these varieties are like a million times and still not remember. I remember what a yellow long neck's supposed to be, and I cannot wait for that. Is that you? No, a Shia green. Look at that, right where I was talking about doing the air layer on. Potential air layer for this one has a fig growing right there on it. Look at that. Oh, something else I want to show you. Look, I just pulled that weed out of right here. Oh, there's a turd right there on that one. Let me move over here. Right here on this little brown turkey, okay? Growing great. I want to see if the roots... Ow! What was that? Okay, felt like something had grabbed hold of my finger. Look at the roots from this fig tree right below the surface of the mulch, growing into the mulch. Look at that, like a mat, within a couple inches of the surface of the mulch. I seen that really good right here on this LSU purple. a week ago. Let's see if I can find it. They're down in the mulch. Where do you see that? Look at this. Roots. Right here. Say 12 inches from the base of the tree. This was a cutting, a single stem little cutting, with the apical bud left on it. As I took this cutting, it shot up. That's probably 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 feet, maybe 3.5 feet. Covered in figs. We have a late season here in Aberdeen, North Carolina. But these roots are coming way far away from the base of the tree. I'm pulling up all this grass that I can. Pull up the grass, then cover that spot back really good with mulch. I've already done that spot. So makes me think that these roots are gonna come way further out. And it's a good thing I'm putting this deep mulch down, because they're going in the mulch, they're in the soil, regardless if you've got clay soil or sandy soil or good black topsoil. These things are gonna race over. You see, I haven't finished the mulch in this area, so these roots are isolating in these mulch piles. Over there, I'm working on it, came from that end. I got these couple of rows, and everything back that way has been mulched. And let me just show you these plums. These were 2 to 3 foot bare root cuttings at the beginning of this year. Golden nectar. This thing's 6 foot tall. I'm 6 foot. This is over the top of my head. 6'3" on this one. What is this? I can see this wood right here. It's blue. That's the blue damson. That's radical. The blue hue to this blue damson, over 6 feet. Each one of these plums is a different variety that goes down this line. All the plums I showed you on that side of the bulldozer are all Santa Rosa plum. Let's see, let me get this weed out of here, this piece of grass. Then I'll see if we can, yeah. See, the grass is right up underneath the mulch too. The roots, are there any roots on this? This might be one I just recently mulched real good. Where are all your roots? That was a fat cutting of a yellow long neck. There we go. Okay, great. So I've got a couple of yellow long neck figs growing. Let's see, where are your roots? There's some roots. See that? Coming out. That's 6 or 8 inches away from the base of this. I need more mulch around it. That's what it is. They come out and they root prune themselves, because that mulch on the edges is going to dry faster than the pile of mulch. Yellow long neck, one of the varieties. I know what it's going to be when it fruits. Big fat yellow fig, and I can't wait. More branches to air layer, take off of this one. Big beautiful LSU tiger. When I took the cutting of, the apical bud must have died. This was a cutting I meant to send to somebody. Oh, I know exactly who I meant to send this to. Is it Kevin? See, I only wrote on the branches like this with marker. Ones I meant to send out, and actually did send out a lot of them. Sent out a lot of them. Free cuttings, trade cuttings. Got a lot of cool varieties back. Not all of them lived, but not all of them made it out the door. So I wound up fig popping, putting those in the bags, and went up with a whole lot. I've got 125 figs planted in ground out here that go all the way back to the end. And I've got probably 20 more that are in various stages. I got some in some pots in the back that I just stuck in there for fun. And I'm out of actual what I want to call the orchard right now until I move that. and then open up this back side of the berm, which I'll show you. And by open it up, I mean just run a tractor in rows, leaving a lot of these hardwood trees. You see these young hardwood trees. I'm leaving just a ring of the pines and the dead pine. And then there's a big wide open area right in here before that red truck that's over there and that white truck that you can see. It's between me and those white trucks. And there's a big wide open area. Once I take that leaning pine tree out, those 2, 3, 4 little pine trees, leave the dead one, take a couple of these little pines out, then I'm going to make a couple straight rows going this way, and I'll just walk around this berm and have those all the way over to that big magnolia, which will give me as much room as from here way on past the bulldozer, which you can tell, because this whole area I don't have planted because it's super hard clay and holds a ton of water. And I might make a little pond right here. Let me walk. That's my driveway. That area is my property line, and I've been having the mulch dumped way up there, kind of on the line, but my driveway comes in here. Imagine that's all figs starting right here beside the driveway, all the way over to that big magnolia. Then I'll have as much room, twice as much room basically, from me to the bulldozer right now, or the orchard that's between me and the bulldozer. So there's 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32. There's 32 here, so I could put 64 easy over there. Oh, and it's wider. So, hell, it's twice as wide. So I could probably put another 120 figs in just that area, depending on how I clean it out, modestly, with the way I have them crammed in here. So, oh, and I'll do a whole video on doing this. The tag machine that we bought. One of you on the groups bought the Rhino. We bought the Rhino, and I love it. But I haven't tagged anything yet. I got ready, but it was lightning yesterday, so I'm all set up here to start tagging, putting good labels on everything, better labels. But I'll do a video on that maybe. All right, well, I know I talked a lot about a lot of things, but I'm really excited about making videos and sharing the orchard progress with everybody in the fig groups, and I'm sharing it to my personal Facebook page as well. The main reason I'm doing it, sharing it, I'm inspired by all the other fig videos I watch. I'm not going to name all your names right now, but Ross, the Fig Boss, Lou Monty, oh, there's so many more of you. Mike Kincaid, who else? The, Oregon Figs, Lead Farmer. You inspired me to make videos for everybody else because I heard you say that's why you were doing it, and I appreciate that. And that's kind of my inspiration now, is to make videos to share with other fig lovers. And I'm sharing it on the pomegranate, backyard pomegranate group, since I got pomegranates here too. And I'm sure y'all love figs and plums as much as you love pomegranates. And there they go off through there. And see, I still got room over here to plant more. In the back area back there where the garden is, that's where some of them are in pots. But all right, 19.5 minutes, that's enough. Love y'all. Good morning. Bye.